Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank Astarte Jones for this article. Many of you might have heard Pfizer is claiming to have a 90% effective vaccine for coronavirus. And, they didn't tell you about all of the suffering the volunteers are going through. So I'm glad you sent this. So this is November 11th, 2020, and this is the New York Post. Volunteers who took Pfizer vaccine said it felt like suffering a severe hangover. So some volunteers took part in the Pfizer coronavirus vaccine trial, said they were left feeling like they had a severe hangover, according to reports. More than 43,500 people in 6 countries took part in phase 3 trials by the pharmaceutical giant, where, they were never told whether their injection was the actual coronavirus vaccine or a placebo. But some were able to soon figure out they got the actual vaccine because they were feeling symptoms like headaches, fevers, and muscle aches that were compared to getting a flu shot or recovering from a heavy night out, the Sun said. So there was one Texan by the name of Glenn Shields, 44 years old, and he said he felt like he was suffering a severe hangover. The symptoms did clear up, but he went to take an antibody test and he tested positive, and that was after getting this shot. Mm-mm-mm. So, another volunteer who only gave her first name, Carrie, said she suffered a headache, fever, and aches all over her body after the first shot. Symptoms that were even more severe after the second one, Metro UK said. The 45-year-old Missouri, I guess Carrie was from Missouri, said taking part in the trials was her civic duty. There are so many people who have had it and suffered. The thought that we could do something to stop people from suffering from this, I'm losing family members, and that we could get rid of it and get back to some sort of normal in our lives, that's a driving factor for me. So that's why she volunteered. I don't want anyone else to be sick. So, ladies and gentlemen, wow. I mean, it's scary when you hear stuff like that. I don't believe that's normal to take a vaccine and feel like you're having a severe hangover. In fact, I don't believe this is safe enough to even put out to the public, but they are hell bent on doing this, y'all. I was looking at other articles and they said they are moving forward with this vaccine. If it's giving people a severe hangover like symptoms, I believe it will kill people in this population, especially if they have a weakened immune system. I mean, how many of these people that volunteered had other things like diabetes, heart disease? I mean, were these just healthy people? What kind of people were they? What are the age ranges of these people? How many were women? How many were men? Well, and remember, they want to give this shot to children. Can you imagine your child getting this shot and feeling like they got a severe hangover for children? I just don't think this is a good idea, y'all. And see, they're looking at this vaccine like the Holy Grail. They want it to be something so special that everybody can run back out here and get back to work, and we can act like none of this has ever happened. And I'm just telling you, it is a fantasy that's never going to be real. I wouldn't be surprised that after they release this thing, they're going to have to recall it. I just don't see this as a good thing. I've had vaccines before. My mother got my shots. People didn't know any better back then. They thought that was the thing to do. But I don't recall getting a vaccine and feeling like I had a severe hangover. I don't recall anything like that. And I'm just saying I think this is dangerous myself. You had to rush this thing, and we know it can take over 25 years for them to even come out with a vaccine. And you did this within just a few months. And that alone, I'm not ever going to be confident about this thing. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. And I tell you what, I haven't changed my mind. I will never get this thing. Peace, family.